across the board, for the most part, Chiefs are still laying 3 points. There is one spot out here in Las Vegas still offering KC minus 2.5. That's the South Point. I bet KC minus 2.5 earlier this week, minus 120 at the Westgate. They are up to back to minus 3 on the board right now as we speak in that one. We'll tell you what it's going to be in the Super Contest coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a little bit different than that.
Mm-hmm.
Some numbers here to consider. Patrick Mahomes, we'll dive into this game more today, tomorrow, the whole thing. As a dog or a favorite of 3 points or fewer, right? So when he's a dog or a favorite there, 3 or fewer points, he is 19-6-1 ATS. That is 76%. I thought that was pretty difficult to top. And then I saw this tweet earlier today that Lamar Jackson is actually 12-1 ATS as an underdog. They've had their problems when they're the favorite.
Right. That's your big boy.
Yes.
Absolutely. I took the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs. I'm going to go with Mahomes at home and the champs to get it done. And when I look at what happened last year, a lot of things went wrong. Still won the Super Bowl.
I know it.
Right? And now he has all these new toys. And we'll see. The toughest thing I'm having a problem with tomorrow is who's going to eat. Like, is he just going to spread it around? Is there going to be a ton of Kelsey? Maybe. But they lost the turnover battle in 9 games last year. They had the 5th most turnovers. They were minus 11 for the season, which was near the bottom. 11th in EPA per play on offense. Still won the Super Bowl. So all the issues they had offensively and in the regular season, and then they got some help from their opponents, no doubt. Buffalo choked, and certainly the ridiculous game plan offensively from Baltimore in the AFC title game. But based on what Baltimore lost, and will they be able to get anything sustained on the ground in this nasty Kansas City defense, I think the Chiefs win and cover tomorrow, and it's a great way to start the season, no doubt.
Yep, as do I. I know a lot of people have made the case on this show, on the network, elsewhere, that the Ravens are going to come back to the pack this season, and they have made the case to bet their win total under. I had the conversation with a sharp bettor the other day who said the same exact thing off the air. And remember, again, Sal Pal coming up in 27 minutes here on the show. When he came on 2 weeks ago, we said, well, what's your hottest take? Forget win total under. Sal Pal said Ravens missed the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
I know that the McDonald thing has been a big story. He was awesome last year as a defensive coordinator. One of the reasons why people are high on Seattle this year. I think everybody in the world has a bet on him to win Coach of the Year. So they're without him. The offensive line issues, obviously. Now, with that said, Derrick Henry, at his age here and how many miles he has on the odometer, overall, what kind of a season are you expecting from him? Like, they get to the goal line. Lamar can easily, take off, run around the edge, and keep plays alive and score a bunch of touchdowns. But maybe this is like something that would have been more perfect like 3 years ago. But I still think Derrick Henry is going to be a major factor close to the goal. How is he not?
That I agree with. Touchdowns. I don't know where he's going to be at with rushing yards. I do expect a big year on the ground for Jackson with the new and improved body and what he did. What will they do in the passing game? I don't know. That remains to be seen. Bateman? Where are we going to go? The tight end duo?
Isaiah Likely.
Okay, that's fair.
He is my guy.
But the other thing, too, about Kansas City and the new toys for Mahomes, and we won't have Hollywood Brown, but he'll be back. Not only did they lead the league in drops, it was the most drops in 10 years by these wide receivers. And how did we start the year last year? Well, they lost at home to the Lions, and you had the Tony debacle.
Right here.
What happened? Yeah, and it turned
into his hands.
Right, it turned into a pick six. Not only does he drop it, it becomes a pick six the other way. So much like why I like Seattle, too, get that bad taste out of their mouth, what happened getting blown out at home against the Rams to start week 1. You think you want to get off on the start 1-0 and exercise the demons after what happened last year, and you came out and you lost the first game and everyone was watching. You didn't play well.
Yeah, I wasn't fast. I wasn't super athletic when I was younger. I'm not dropping that ball. I had incredible hands. How are you as a paid professional at the NFL level? How do you drop that pass? That's another guy they had on their team in recent years. Well, it just drives me nuts. How is Marquez Valdes-Scantling in the league?
Oh, good, I know. I had great hands too. Remember the Arena League?
I came down with everything.
Sure, good for you. I had 3 practices with the local Arena Football League team. Jason Fife,
Michigan?
Oregon, I thought.
Oh, was it Oregon?
Okay.
Dane Fife. Who am I thinking?
I don't know.
Big Ten basketball player? Okay.
I might have the name wrong. But Craig Wheelahan was the other one.
Okay.
Played in the NFL Chargers.
You can make that work.
Over the course of 3 days, I only dropped 1 ball, and it was a lousy pass from Wheelahan.
His fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that.
We did it on purpose. The guys wanted to lay me out. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that's I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, he puts it on you. You got to come down with it, and it was a big problem last year. But again, having said all that, with all these issues, no big deal. And they're going for the three-peat.
Yeah. I mean, you have to love the draft pick of Worthy.
Absolutely.
Not enough for me to bet him Offensive Rookie of the Year. There are too many other candidates, but for him to have...
The league shouldn't have allowed it. How was he there?
I know. So many other teams needed that position. He's on the board. Nah, let's not do it. Let's let the Chiefs come up and get him anyway. So that's a good question that I think we kind of need to let play out a little bit here on which guy is going to get and do a lot of the damage here for the Chiefs, like in game one right away to begin. Because now, like last year, as a major problem and one of the weaknesses on the team, that position group is now kind of deep. Now, there's no Hollywood Brown in the game. He's going to miss that. We know that. Now, that news came out today. What's it going to be like when he comes back, by the way? Mm-hmm. Then the spread around factor is going to go up even more. But for this one game, we haven't seen anything much before this. It's difficult to kind of comprehend what's going to happen. And maybe it is just Kelsey. Because remember, Kelsey was like, he was fading last year down the stretch, not nearly the same guy that he was in previous years. We're like,
okay.
Is this like the end of the line for him? And he dominated the first half for the Chiefs.
Now, how about
the Ravens.
That's right, absolutely. How about my guy Pacheco now? There's a good prop out there, combined rushing and receiving, 99.5. And you get a little quick pick action with the Chiefs win as well. I mean,
okay.
this guy should eat.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're concerned about losing McDonald and what's going to happen defensively, do they try to establish the run? It's going to be a big dose out of him out of the backfield. I'm already on record. I like Henry receiving over, by the way. But that goes back to how much they're going to use Pacheco and the weapon that they have in this guy.
Right. What if the Chiefs' defense gets better?
Well, shut it down then. Well, that's scary.
That's
also the gift that keeps on giving. Remember the 18-3 second half underrun and all the fourth quarter unders they played. I mean, that's a big reason why. You had all these issues offensively, but you still won 11 games because the defense was nasty.
Nobody could move the ball against them.
Yeah.
Nobody could score points at all for entire halves of football down the stretch, pretty much the entire year.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching, but don't let the betting insights end here. If you want an extra edge this football season, you can get a month of VSiN Pro right now, absolutely free. That means access to our betting insights, analysis, and tools like our betting splits at zero cost to you. Click the link in the description to sign up.